Hello, welcome to the Hobby Homestead. There's not much going on. We got some snow overnight, and then we're getting I guess a little bit of a storm this afternoon. But I want to fill you in on Poppy. I put the camera here so you can see Bailey and Poppy in the background. It's cold. I don't have any mitts, so they're going in my pocket. I guess the first kind of update. So before, you think that we're awful people, when we're gone during the day, which is only for like an hour or two at the most, because Dave and I are on different schedules, we put Poppy in a crate just so that she's safe, and Bailey goes in a crate too. It's only for a little bit. It's just because Poppy is not fully trained yet to be out here alone. And she's a bit of a house destroyer, so we can't just leave her in the house because she would just chew it to bits. Anyways, I put her in the crate and locked because it's in the front porch, I locked the sliding door from the inside, came out the back door, locked the back door, and, left. And anyways, I get a phone call from my neighbor. Oh, thank God for good neighbors. Because this could have been really bad. They're dog people, so thankfully, no harm was done to Poppy. But she left me a voicemail that said, one of your four-legged family members is here, and, we'll keep her here until you get home. So thankfully, Dave got home before me, and got Poppy from them. And then, but it was a bit of a panic because I couldn't come home right that moment. And I was thinking, how did she get out? What the heck happened? Like, what's going on here? Like, I mean, what was going through my head? Did somebody break in and let her out? Are the doors wide open for all the dogs and the cats to get out and all the chickens to come in? Like, I'm just thinking a worst case scenario here. Anyways, so what she did was, she opened up the sliding door. The sliding door was locked. It has like a little thing that you push up to lock and push down to unlock. So somehow she pushed it down. She opened this sliding door, and this sliding door is like one of those old school wooden doors. So it's really light, it's really heavy, and it's like kind of not jammed up, but it's heavy to open. So she opened it. And then the only thing I can think of is that she came around to the back door, and we have a keypad entry on the back door. And, at this point, with these livestock dogs, they're the most intelligent beings that I've ever known. They're smarter than the average dog. At this point, I'm pretty sure she knows the keypad, because she mashed the keypad, I'm assuming for a bit, maybe she got it first try, until the code entered, and she opened up the back door. Now, the back door handle's kind of broken, so you don't push it down to open the door. You got to push it up, so she also figured that out. So she opened up the back door, and some chickens got into the house, but only in the back part. And then I guess she made her run down to the neighbors. So then our neighbors brought her back here and tried to put her in the pen here because I thought that, that's where she came from. She immediately escaped and followed them back, so then they decided to just hold on to her until, we got home. It's pretty embarrassing. Like, I try not to be that dog owner that has, like, their dog just running off and bothering people, so if you're watching this, my lovely neighbors, I am sorry. It's embarrassing, and I hope it never happens again. So, but now your question is, like, how did she even get to the sliding door? She bent the metal of the crate until it opened. Like, she bent the piece that holds it closed, bent that and opened, like, she broke the crate literally with her own power to get out. And so now we've resorted to using fencing wire to tie her in. We tried zip ties. She can bite through that. I'm pretty sure that the fencing wire will only last so long, and I'm hoping that eventually that she'll get trained enough that we don't have to crate her anymore. But that's the adventure of Poppy. She went on quite an adventure, and apparently had a lot of fun. Apparently she laid down beside her neighbor's wood stove and, had a big old sleep. So, anyways, so that's what happened there. And then we also got her spayed, which I will tell you about right here. So last Thursday, she went for her spay and everything was fine. And we brought her home. She seemed to be okay, other than she wouldn't eat or drink. And I was thinking maybe it's just like the anesthesia, still in her system. And then when she would drink, she would throw it up right away. So that night she didn't eat anything, drink anything, and we were starting to get really concerned. So I phoned the vet Friday morning, and they said bring her in. And anyways, brought her in, and so what happened was, so with these dogs and other, barrel-chested dogs, but specifically these livestock dogs, their stomachs can get twisted very easily, or gassy and irritated and bloated and stuff. So what happened was when they had her on her back for so long to do the surgery, like, her stomach got twisted. So that's why, maybe not even her stomach, maybe it was just her esophagus, but that's why she couldn't eat or drink, was because literally it wasn't going anywhere. It was just coming back up. So they gave her, like, the equivalent of, like, Tums, like a stomach acid thing, and that she did a lot of burping, so she must have been bloated and gassy. And we got her some special food, some very expensive wet dog food, and it took her a few days, like all weekend. I still wasn't sure if she was going to be okay, but she ended up perking up, and she got the cone off yesterday, and she's totally back to normal. Like, she's completely back to her normal self. She's eating fine, she's drinking fine. So if you're watching this and you never had a livestock dog before and you're thinking about getting one, just kind of a word of caution. You take them in to get spayed or neutered, or have anything else done to them, be careful that those stomach issues. When we took Bailey in for his neuter, he didn't have any issues. He was totally fine. He bounced right back. So I'm not saying that happens with every single case and every single time. This was our first time dealing with it, and when Bailey went for his, he was just fine, and that's what we thought with her. I know a spay is more of a surgery than a neuter, but we just kept hoping that Poppy would kind of bounce back, and she wasn't. And I'm really glad that I did take her back on the Friday morning, and because you can't just allow a dog not to be able to eat or drink for hours and days on end, obviously. So the meds that we got obviously worked for her, and she's totally back to normal. So a word of caution, if you haven't gone through this before, maybe you've heard about it. I've read about it on the livestock guardian dog, like, farmers only forums where people talk about it, and it can be quite deadly to dogs. Some of them just don't recover from that. Like their stomachs don't go back. So I feel like we're very lucky with Poppy, because you know, that could have been fatal for her, and she's back to normal. Anyways, enough of my talking. I will film Bailey and Poppy playing here. You know, Poppy is totally back to normal. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.